Sup guys, welcome back to another reaction video, another football related reaction. I love these, I really do. You're always going to see this kind of content on this channel, among other things, as you may well know by now. So consider subscribing, consider liking the video if you have enjoyed it. And today we're looking at RASHOD Bateman. RASHOD? I'm going to call him RB, but he's not an RB, he's a wide receiver, a WR. There he goes, he's number 0 actually. At the, I'm going to say Michigan? Is that Michigan? Pro Day? Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, we're about to see him leap like a gazelle in his broad jump attempt. His name is RASHOD Bateman. It's his Pro Day highlights. These are my reactions to the best of the Pro Day highlights. I mean, whatever the NFL wants to bring out, I'm going to react to them. None of these videos are ever going to be monetized, but I don't give a shit because I love football and I know you guys do too. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the guy. That's over 10 feet. Nice shoes, by the way. Okay. Yeah, that's getting up towards 40 inches. Wide receiver. Took a couple of extra steps there in the second shuttle. Doesn't really matter, does it? Definitely didn't take any extra steps there. That's a nice run. That's a nice catch. I bet you these wide receivers, if nothing else, are happy that they don't have to do the gauntlet, the wide receiver passing gauntlet, in the middle of that massive stadium with everyone watching, including the world. You know, including the millions watching around the world, watching the combine, just like I would have been with you guys right here, right now. They have to catch one pass or two passes, not 5 in a row. I mean, that shit, you're on the biggest stage, you really are. And whenever I watch it, whenever they drop a pass, or they might even drop 2, I'm like, oh shit, man. You know, you've been training for this moment for years and years, and you go and drop a pass in the gauntlet. Anyways, just a thought. Is that... It looks like Wisconsin. It looks like the colors of Wisconsin. Or is it... No, it looks like Washington, but upside down, that W. Who could it be? It's not Michigan. Did you see that, man? I love it when, you know, these guys, these wide receivers, they can really turn it up. They can really enter that top gear whenever they need it. You know, they see that ball. They've done it so many times before. They track it. Like, their feet just automatically do whatever they need to get to that ball. And in those last few steps there, we saw him just literally just go from like 3rd gear to 5th gear or 6th gear instantly. And it got him to the ball. He takes a nice catch. And... you know, it's impressive. So are those routes, man. That's actually the first time in any of these pro days I've seen a coach actually try and mark, to some extent, the wide receiver. So he's actually turning, you know, on the inside of someone rather than just a route by himself, which I like. Fucking hell. Go, go, go. I like this guy. I like this guy. He's nice. RASHOD Bateman. Remember the name. Although I still don't know what school he goes to. Oh my God, nice. Minnesota. Got it. I'm not sure why they say row the boat, but I'm sure we'll get into that. We'll look at his Wikipedia. He's quick, man. He is so quick. I wish we knew what his 40... I wish, man, because I tell you what, if you've seen any of my reactions over the last couple of years looking at the Combine, one of the things I love the most is the 40-yard dash. It gives you an opportunity to, see how they move, but also put a number, put a statistic to that. And it sticks in the mind. Whether it's a 4-4 or a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-7, it sticks. And it puts a number, at least in my mind, to that player. And these guys, they aren't really telling us the times or the heights or any of the statistics from the pro days. So that's kind of annoying. But before we go, we're going to have a look at his Wikipedia. An American football wide receiver who played for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Born on November 29th, 1999. He's 21 years of age, 6'1", 190 pounds. Wide receiver. 6'1", not short, not tall, but quick. He started at wide receiver as a true freshman and set Minnesota freshman records with 51 receptions and 704 receiving yards while scoring 6 touchdowns. So as soon as I see that, I think, fuck, that's 14 yards per reception. That's amazing. As a sophomore, Bateman was named a semi-finalist for the Biletnikoff Award and first-team All-Big Ten and Richter Howard Receiver of the Year after catching 57 passes for 1,170 yards, which is, I was going to say 20 yards, 20.5 yards per catch and 11 touchdowns. He was named a second-team All-American in that year. On August 4th, 2020, which must have been right before the season started, he announced that he would forgo his 2020 season due to the Big Ten's decision to not play football during COVID-19. However, the Big Ten would later reverse their decision, with Bateman also rejoining the team for the season. Well, how did he play? RASHOD Bateman college stats. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so 2020 played 5 games, 36 receptions for 472 yards, an average of 13.1. Which brings his average over a total of 31 games to 16.3 yards per reception, 19 total touchdowns. And he had 0 rushing yards. So he is a wide receiver through and through, you could say. Finished his career with 2,395 receiving yards and 19 touchdowns. Well, all right then. I was definitely impressed by his routes. He looks light on his feet, I'm going to say. He's not the biggest of receivers, but, the one thing that comes to mind when I see these guys coming through is that, they're only 21, 22 years of age at most. They're going to do some growing. They've still got some growing to do. And they're going to do that. They're going to have to do that when they get to the NFL. Well, not necessarily have to. I mean, they're not going to stack on weight if it's going to take away from their attributes that got them there, which is their quickness, their hops, etc. But they do fill out. They do tend to fill out. And they do tend to get that, old man strength over time. And that is exciting for all these players. So that's another wide receiver to add to the list. The first from Minnesota. In fact, it's the first player from Minnesota that we've seen so far. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have. If you haven't, well, consider it, because we're on the way to get another one of these motherfuckers. All right? And I need your help. So thank you for being here. Have a great day, and peace out.